Hey darlings, today I want to talk about when we assume meaning behind people's behavior. Because a lot of times that's not true. So a few weeks ago, my partner Five had just seemed a little less cuddly than normal. So normally he's super cuddly and smoochy and complimentary and just very, very sweet. I feel very loved by him. And yeah, there was just this evening where he just wasn't as much. And I was thinking, oh, here we go. The new relationship energy is worn off, or he realizes he just doesn't care anymore, or whatever. I'm like, that sucks. And I was bummed. And so I was just thinking, okay. And then I was supposed to hang out with him the next night, but then my ex-partner was angry because he's like, oh, we have this house we're trying to sell and we need to work on it, and you shouldn't be gallivanting off with your boyfriend. You should be here working on it. And I was thinking, I don't want to deal with my ex-partner being angry, and it seems like Five doesn't care as much, so I'll just, reschedule and I'll work on the house. And then I got a message from Ronnie, who's his wife, because we're all polyamorous, and she said, hey, yeah, it's a bummer that you can't come out. Like, he seems probably more bummed than he wants to admit. Like, he has it bad for you. And I'm thinking, huh? And she's very perceptive and emotionally intelligent and everything. So I was thinking, oh, well, I'm going to trust what she says over what I just assumed. And then I felt better. So thinking, oh, maybe he does care. And it was just a fluke. And it was, because then the next time I saw him, he was back to normal. I was thinking, why did I spend all that time worrying about it? And it was interesting because her saying that, I did actually just tell my ex-partner, like, no, I'm gonna go do this thing, and I'll do the house stuff later. I ended up working out well, and it was a good time. But you'd think I would have learned my lesson. I would have been like, okay, if this happens, it probably doesn't mean anything, and everything's fine. No, I did not learn my lesson, because it was, a couple days ago. Ronnie's partner was coming on up. And I was thinking, oh, cool, we all get to hang out, this will be fun. And Ronnie's like super into him, and it'll be all cute and adorable because she'll be all cuddly and smoochy with him. And then I'm gonna be able to hang out with Five, and we're gonna be cuddly and smoochy, and we'll all probably be cuddly and smoochy. It'll be awesome, like just a giant poly party of just all the platonic touch and maybe other kinds of touch. No, I don't know. I did that. Anyway, so yeah, I had these expectations. I was all excited. And then, Ronnie and her partner were all cuddly. But Five, which just felt a little bit more distant, a little bit more just off, a little bit more removed from everything. And I was thinking, oh no, what's going on? Because Ronnie only sees her partner once in a while, so it makes sense that they're super lovey and just all entangled and stuff. I'm like, but I still want that with Five, even though I get to see him more often. But I'm like, oh no, he doesn't want to anymore. And yeah, I was super bummed. I was thinking, here it goes. The NRE is worn off for him. He doesn't care anymore. This is, okay, I guess I get to put up with this. Cool thing about being poly, though, is I still was able to get cuddles. So I was like, well, I'm just going to cuddle with Ronnie and her partner while he does his thing and whatever. And I just kind of stewed in it for a while and just thinking, oh, man, like, Ronnie's partner, just like he gets to feel all special and whatever. And like, I don't get to feel as special, and that sucks. And I even had the thoughts of like, what's wrong with me? Which is very silly. But yeah, so I was down and I was kind of pulling back a little bit because I was loving on Five a lot, before, kissing and smooching and whatever, and it wasn't as returned. And I felt really embarrassed because I do have this thing where if I'm into somebody and I show more affection than they do, I almost have this sense that I'm being pathetic, which is really mean. Like, I would never think that about somebody. If somebody had more feelings for me than I did for them, or they're showing more affection than I feel comfortable showing, I would never in a million years think, oh, what a pathetic person. But I'll think that about myself, because I had that with a friend of mine where like I'd I mean, I still do, but just like always wanted to be on them, like just attached and just entangled and just all the cuddles and just everything. And there were times when they didn't, and I would feel this bit of like like not, oh yes, give me your cuddles, but like and it was a horrible feeling. It was horrendous. And I was thinking about that again when I was, being cuddly and affectionate with 5 and it wasn't as returned. I was thinking, oh crap, I'm doing it again. And so I was just thinking, okay, just pull it back, Kira. Like, don't ever do that again. Like, we give what we get. Like, that's the rule. We're never going to give way more of ourselves than we get back. Because, nope. Nope. That was so Minnesotan of me. And then, later in the evening, you asked, hey, what's up? I finally admitted it. And he said, oh, yeah, I mean, I can understand, like, why you could have those thoughts, but no. And he said it was just in his own head and thinking about to-do lists and all the things that had to get done and all of that stuff. And he said, if you ever want more cuddles or affection, ask, please. And he said, and you can always hang off of me and all of that. Like, it's not going to be annoying or anything. Like, I like it. And I was thinking, I mean, really? Because I feel like I can be a lot. Like, if I really enjoy someone and if I'm allowed to give all of the love I want, it's a lot of love. It's a lot. And I've gotten used to kind of pulling it back and just being like, nope, too much, you're annoying. So, yeah, and then the next day he was a lot more, like, just back to normal and cuddly and affectionate and all of that stuff. And I was like, yay. But I still even had that little bit of, like, this sense of being careful and cautious of, like, I don't know if I want to give all the love back just in case. Like, kind of should I pull back a little bit to keep myself safe, which is not probably the best. So it's something I know I need to work on. And I feel like, I've said this before, I feel like polyamory just brings up all the things you did not know you had. And not even this is a poly thing, it's just a relationship thing. But yeah, I love how even just relationships in general really shine a light on all the stuff you didn't necessarily know you had going on. So hopefully next time I will just communicate right away and say, hey, I'm noticing this and this is what I'm interpreting. Is that correct? Or, hey, I would really like more cuddles. Because I think I also have a hard time asking for what I want. Because I'll assume if someone's not giving cuddles or smoochers or whatever, that they don't want to. Because I'm like, oh, if a person wanted to, they would. And I don't want to ask and be annoying. But yeah, learning to ask for what you want. I mean, as long as it makes sense. If I'm like, give me 500 kisses a day, like that's probably a little too much, if it's something that's doable and makes sense, then it's okay. But yeah, so yeah, I have to learn to ask. Yeah, instead of just assuming and then being like, oh, here we go, oh well, life sucks. Why are our brains weird? I don't know. But yeah, I've learned things. Hopefully I will remember this time. I'm gonna try to just set it in my brain, set it and forget it. No, I don't know. Anyway, okay, bye.